My name is Dan King, and my company, About Health, has a different story to tell than most companies. In 2005, my mother was ill with chronic lymphocytic leukemia. Patients with CLL have a limited life expectancy, and doctors said she'd require chemotherapy. I wanted to give her a chance of beating this disease, and so I decided to start looking where very few doctors would go, the much wider world of natural therapies. At the time, I knew next to nothing about natural health, but I did have a science background. And that gave me an advantage in weeding out the many less researched options. I came upon an article in a science magazine about an amazing substance called resveratrol. It was being talked about due to its hitherto unprecedented ability to increase the natural lifespans of a range of animals. While this was fascinating, it was the research being undertaken into a number of diseases that really got me interested. No one was selling it at the time, but I eventually found an international supplier. I worked with the supplier to come up with a formula that I hoped would help my mum. This included other key ingredients like red grape skin, pine bark, green tea and turmeric, all natural substances researched for numerous health benefits. I then imported a small amount of this product into New Zealand. Now, my mother also had another condition. She was about to have a hip replacement operation and could not bend over to pick things up. And this is where my mother's story has a twist. I gave her the product and forgot about it for a while. 10 days later, I got an excited call from my father. He said, "Your mother no longer needs to use that grabber to pick things up from the ground." I had focused on a much more serious health battle, and I had no idea that all the ingredients were natural anti-inflammatories as well. My mother loves her art classes, and her friends started noticing that she could pick things up from the ground, and that she no longer needed her special chair. I started receiving requests to buy this formula. I'd never intended to sell it, so I was completely unprepared. I had to handwrite labels and stick them on bottles. People didn't care, they just wanted it. It was then that I realised that there must be a great many Kiwis who could benefit from this formula. And that's the story of where ResV came from. I have since realised the staggering amount of research that exists into natural products. In some cases, literally tens of thousands of studies into a single ingredient. About Health has come a long way from 2005. Over 50,000 Kiwis have tried ResV. This somewhat accidental business has grown because people like you came back again and again because they felt they had benefits from our products. And that's a trust we don't take lightly. Try ResV now and be assured that if for any reason it does not work for you, you will get every cent of your money back.
Buy your ResV today by calling us on 0800 999 309 or save yourself some money by ordering online at abouthealth.co.nz. Always read the label and take as directed.